The first time I inhaled, I remember thinking how small it felt, how harmless. One puff, that's all it was supposed to be. I wasn't always like this. That's the part people never believe. When they look at my face now, sunken, restless, tired, they assume this is who I've always been. Like I was born chasing escape. Like destruction came preloaded in me. But it didn't. I had a life before this. I had laughter that didn't need substances to show up. I had plans that stretched years ahead. I had people who trusted me. Back then, my days were simple. School, friends, family dinners where arguments were loud but love was louder. I believed in effort. I believed that if you did the right things long enough, life would eventually meet you halfway. I wasn't perfect, but I was hopeful. And hope, I've learned, is something you don't realize the value of until it quietly slips out of your hands. The first warning signs didn't look like danger. They looked like relief. They looked like belonging. They looked like silence in a noisy mind. I remember the first puff clearly. We were laughing. Someone cracked a joke I don't even remember now. Smoke hung in the air like a harmless cloud. I hesitated just for a second. That second mattered. But not enough. I told myself it was nothing. Everyone tries it once. I told myself I was in control. That's the lie that starts it all. Not the drugs. The belief that you're different. First, nothing changed. Or at least nothing I wanted to notice. I still showed up. Still smiled. Still went home and sat with my family like everything was normal. But something had shifted quietly inside me. A door had opened. And once it opens, it doesn't fully close again. One puff became occasional. Occasional became routine. Routine became necessary. We'd led to louder things. Louder things led to pills. Pills led to powders. Tramadol, codeine, cocaine. Names that once sounded distant, dangerous, not meant for someone like me, until they weren't. I told myself stories to survive my own reflection. I told myself I deserved a break. I told myself life was hard. I told myself I could stop anytime. But stopping requires a version of yourself that still listens when you speak. And slowly, I stopped listening to me. The first real crack came when I noticed how quiet my home had become around me. Conversations paused when I entered rooms. Eyes followed me longer than usual. Questions were asked gently, like people were afraid of breaking something fragile. I felt exposed, but instead of facing it, I retreated further into the only place that still welcomed me without questions. Drugs don't judge you. They don't ask who you're becoming. They don't remind you of who you used to be. I started disappearing. Not physically at first. Emotionally, I'd sit with people and feel miles away. I laughed when expected, nodded when spoken to, but inside, everything felt muted, like life was happening behind thick glass. I noticed the shame before I admitted it. Shame has weight. It changes how you stand, how you speak, how you avoid mirrors. I started lying. Small lies at first, then bigger ones. Lies to protect my habit. Lies to protect the illusion that I was still okay. I wasn't. The day I stole from home is burned into me. Not because of the act itself, but because of how easy it felt. I didn't panic. I didn't shake. I justified it before guilt even had time to show up. That scared me more than anything, because that wasn't who I was raised to be. And yet, there I was, becoming someone I didn't recognize, one decision at a time. School was next. My fees. Money meant for my future traded for moments of escape. Every transaction carried a quiet funeral for the life I was postponing. I told myself I'd fix it later. Later became a myth I clung to like faith. They tried to help me. That part hurts the most to admit. My family saw what I refused to see. They talked. They pleaded. They watched me unravel with fear in their eyes. Rehab was mentioned like a lifeline. I went. I promised. I cried. I meant it. And then I came back. And went right back to the drugs. There's a special kind of shame that comes from disappointing people who still love you. It's heavy. It follows you into sleep. It sits on your chest when you wake up. I wanted to stop. I really did. But wanting isn't the same as knowing how. Addiction doesn't feel like chaos all the time. Sometimes it feels like routine, like familiarity, like the only constant in a life that's slipping. The day my friend died, everything slowed down. We were together not long before it happened, laughing, talking nonsense, making plans that would never exist. When I heard the news, my body went cold. Not dramatic, not explosive, just empty. I stared at the wall for a long time. I expected tears. I expected screams. What I felt instead was fear, deep, quiet fear, and regret, heavy regret, because I knew that could have been me. I knew I was next if nothing changed. But here's the part people don't understand. Even after watching death up close, the drugs still called me. Grief didn't cure me. Fear didn't save me. If anything, they made the pull stronger. Because now I needed to forget. I hated myself for that. Still do. I started seeing myself the way others saw me. A disgrace. A disappointment. Problem. I could feel the distance growing. Trust eroding. Hope thinning. And yet, I kept running back to the same thing that was destroying me. I wish people would look beyond my face. Beyond my careless posture, beyond the reputation I've earned. I didn't wake up one day and choose this life. I didn't plan to hurt anyone. I didn't dream of becoming an addict. I am a victim of my choices, yes, but also of something deeper, something that grabbed me before I understood its strength. There were nights I sat alone, heart racing, hands shaking, telling myself this would be the last time, whispering promises into the dark. Promises I broke by morning. Each failure chipped away at my belief that I could ever be whole again. I started withdrawing not just from people but from hope, from the idea that recovery was meant for someone like me. I watched others move forward while I stayed stuck in the same cycle. Use, regret, promise, repeat. The irony is that addiction isolates you, but recovery requires connection. And by the time I realized that, I had pushed almost everyone away. Still, something in me hasn't fully died. A small voice, faint but persistent. It shows up in moments of stillness, in the memory of who I used to be, in the faces of people I've hurt. It reminds me that I'm still here, that as long as I'm breathing, there's a chance. I don't have a clean ending. I don't have a miracle turnaround. I'm still fighting, still falling sometimes, still afraid. But I'm also still hoping. And hope, even fragile hope, is something. If you're listening to this and you see yourself in me, know this, you're not alone. And if you're watching someone you love disappear into addiction, please remember there's a human being under the damage. Someone who didn't choose this pain. I don't know how my story ends yet. I just know I don't want drugs to be the final chapter. I want help. I need help. And I'm praying I find it before it's too late.